Hello, everyone. My name is Carmel Gilbert, writer, editor, and self-publisher of the book The Hells of Addiction. The Hells of Addiction is an autobiography of my life story while being addicted to alcohol for over 30 years. And today I have my boyfriend Stanley of 10 years. His street name is Hoss, and he liked to give his account of how he became addicted to heroin and alcohol at a very young age. And here's Stanley. Okay, Stanley, you said earlier that you was addicted to heroin at 14. How did you come about trying or, using or even thought about, using heroin at age 14? But pretty much, did you start off drinking first? So tell us the
Yes,
story.
I started off drinking when I was like 12 and 13 years old because I always hung with older guys. I was 12 and 13, and the guys I was hanging with were 15 and 16 years old. My mother used to get mad at me, telling me them guys are too old for me to hang out. But as I ain't paying no mind, I always wanted to hang with them. Everything they did, I wanted to do so I could impress them. So I started drinking like Richards. And my mother used to drink back then. And when they left beer and stuff in the refrigerator, I just sneak and drink it, back then like that. And so when I started hanging with the older guys, going out in the street, we start hustling, doing things that wasn't wrong, like snatching pocketbooks, and stealing, to make money. First I started doing this to buy clothes and everything, so I could look good for the girls and everything. And then the older guys, they was getting high. So one day they said, man, what y'all going to do? We said, we going to get some reefer. They said, reefer? I ain't going to get y'all high. Y'all need to get the real high. So me and my cousin, we young. We 14 years old then. They said, man, look, give us $10 and we show you the real high. So we was curious and ain't want to chicken out like we was scared. So we did it. So we gave them $10.
And when you took your first hit of heroin, did you like shoot it in your arm?
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't know how to shoot in my arm, but one of the older guys shot it in my arm for me. And I was so high. The high was so good, and it was just so good, and I was still in school. I was still going to school and everything. And then I started, every time we go out, start hustling everything. We start getting high. And that's how I really started using heroin, and I was at a real young age.
Did you know that heroin was addictive? Did anybody tell you that it was addictive?
No, nobody never told me it was addictive. Know how I first found out I was addicted? Okay. It was one Sunday morning, and it was raining outside real hard. And I ain't had no money, and it was cold outside. So I stayed at the house. I said, I ain't going to buy. I'll get high tomorrow. And so then I started feeling sick.
Wait a minute, how old were you when how long have you been indulging or getting high?
About a year.
Oh, okay, before this happened.
Yeah,
okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I said, I'll just, wait till tomorrow get high. So then I started getting real sick, throwing up, and everything, So I'm thinking something wrong with me. I got the flu, I'm thinking something wrong with me. So my uncle come in the house and say, well, what's up with you? I said, I don't know, I don't feel good. So he said, you don't feel good? He said, you been high today? I said, no. He said, yeah, I know you getting high. I ain't realized my uncle knew I was getting high. I thought I was sneaking it around him. He said, yeah, I heard you getting high. He said, what you think, you can get high and don't get no habit? I said, what you mean? He said, you got a habit. I said, I ain't got no habit. He said, yes, you do. You don't think you got no habit? So he give me some drugs to do, some heroin to do. So he put the heroin in me, and he go upstairs and come back downstairs about 20 minutes later, and now I'm feeling wonderful. I ain't sick no more.
So you put the drug in the cooker or the top or cook it.
Right.
You did this now. You know how to hit yourself.
No, I didn't know how to hit myself.
Oh, he hit you. Okay.
He hit me.
And then he went upstairs.
And he went upstairs,
oh, okay.
And he came back upstairs. I'm feeling wonderful now. So he said, you see, he said, what you think? You exception to the rule? He said, you don't think you don't get no habit? He said, if you use drugs, you don't get a habit too. I said,
Okay.
dang. He said, yeah, you got a habit. So that's when I first realized that I had a drug habit. I knew what a drug habit was. I knew how I felt to be sick. You know, that's one of the worst feelings in the world, to be sick, off of heroin. If you feel so bad. And can you imagine you 14, 15 years old, feeling sick off of heroin? You a kid. I was a kid. I ain't really been doing nothing like that, but I was just trying to be a big boy, trying to hang with the big boys.
So
You
it's
know?
basically called peer pressure. You was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Right, I want to hang with the big boy. I want to do what the big boys do. Everything they did, I want to do. So that's how I basically started using drugs. And that was, that I started getting in trouble. Then I started going back and forth to prison, back and forth.
How old were you
back.
when you went to prison for the first time?
As an adult,
For
17 years old.
well, you wasn't an adult yet. You was
Right,
just
I
you
was
was
adult
like
because they waived jurisdiction on me and charged me as an adult.
okay,
I was still a juvenile,
okay,
really, but they
charged.
charged me as an adult because I had so many juvenile charges.
Okay,
You
why did
know?
you have so many juvenile charges? Was it due to your addiction?
Yeah, it was due to my addiction. Not
Okay.
all due to my addiction. It was due to me trying to get money, to dress. I told when I first started hustling, we used to just get money to dress so we could buy shoes, double knits, suede front sweater, pea coats, leather coats, patent leather shoes. We went out on the weekend to the jam. We want to look real, real slick. We went to the shows there in the Civic Center. We want to look real, real slick. So
So
that's
at
why.
some point in your life, you was also worried about appearance, like far
Yeah,
as what people would say.
yeah,
So you wanted to be in style.
right.
So you
So we
decided
went
to
there.
go.
Yeah, we went there to the Civic Center. Like they had shows there in the Civic Center back then.
Okay.
Might be the Isley Brothers, might be Earth, Wind and Fire, Commodores, Parliaments. Whoever was down in the Civic Center, we wanted to go. But when you go down there, you want to look slick. You want to have a slick suit on or something. Slick double knits.
Okay, so what was the other reason why? Okay, you said you got in trouble for because you wanted to look nice and
Yeah,
to get high,
yeah.
and was there a third reason why you was stayed in so much trouble in terms of trying to get money to? Did you
I
want
want
to
to
help
help
your
take care of my
mom?
family. I
Okay,
want to help because my mother was doing bad. She couldn't. Like my mother couldn't buy her school clothes, me school clothes,
yeah, I
like
know
the
that
clothes I
feeling.
want to wear to school. She couldn't afford to buy them. So I ain't want putting that pressure on her. Sometimes I should go in the house and my mother be in the front room crying, and
Oh,
listen to her um Reefer Franklin. She been there with the lights off, dog. And I said, I ain't have my mother crying. So I used to go out and take stuff, snack the popcorn, get money. But my mother really wouldn't take the money. And I had to sneak it in her pocketbook.
okay,
I
so
put money in her pocketbook. And then sometimes I used to tell her I found money. I found this. My mother said, you ain't finding money. Can't nobody be finding money much as you be finding money. You know?
okay, so um, at one point you say you was in and out of juvie,
Yeah.
so at do you think like okay was you getting high in juvie
I was
like
getting
or
high
in
before
prison
I
or
went to
whatever?
juvie. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't getting high in juvie because drugs wasn't in juvie like it was in the prison system.
Hmm.
You know, it wasn't in there like that. But I mean, I was getting high before I went to juvie and all that. But once I got in the prison system, like an adult prison system, it had drugs and that. It's like you had on the streets.
Okay.
And I was getting high in there like I was getting high on the streets.
How long did you actually get high from 14 to how long?
From 14 all the way up to about from like 1974 to about 2010.
Okay. Well, you did stop. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Do you think that drugs played an impact? Because at one point you were saying that you was into girls, you was into style,
yeah,
you was into new
yeah,
clothes. Do you think at one point that due to your addiction that you felt like heck with the new clothes, I'm gonna take this money and go buy me
yeah.
some drugs?
That's
So
right.
you saying that it also played a part in your appearance at one time. Did you
Yeah,
ever look bummy or
no, I mean, not in my early years, not my early years. As I got older, and then they played a big part on my appearance, 'cause back then, as I got like in my 20s and 30s, I ain't care how I look, as long as I was high. My main purpose was to get high. I get up in the morning, I want to get high. You know,
okay.
I might wear the same pair of jeans for a whole week or something. Sometimes I ain't had nowhere to stay. I done slept in condominiums and all that. I done slept in old houses and all that. But I always had somewhere to go. I could always run to my mother's house and stay if I want to. But I ain't want to go around there and stay because I ain't want them to see me all high and all that. So I would rather sleep in a condominium. I done slept in cold condominium houses.
Did at one point, um, because I've heard stories where other addicts say that when they were getting high, they did you ever share needles at one point? Did you
Yes,
ever?
I have.
So
Yes,
your
I have.
addiction got to the point where as though you even started sharing needles,
Yeah.
even you knowing the
I mean, I was
consequences of it, right?
back then, like, AIDS wasn't no thing back like in the 70s
Mm-hmm.
and the 80s. AIDS wasn't no big thing back then. People really ain't know about AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
As like in the late 80s and the 90s, that's when AIDS came to part. That's when people really stopped sharing needles. After that, that's when I stopped sharing needles. But like in the 70s and the 80s, yeah, I shared needles, and thank God that I don't have nothing. I've been
Oh, yeah.
tested several times.
Amen.
Thank God I don't have
Amen.
HIV, hepatitis, and none of that.
Amen.
I
So,
got so many homeboys that died from that.
oh, okay. How old were you when your mother found out that you were getting high? And was she crushed? Was she hurt?
She cried. I
Wow.
was about 15. She cried.
Mm.
She cried, when she found out I was getting high. It crushed her. She told me, she said, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And she was so right. She was so right. You know. But I ain't listen. It's like, oh, let's do. We don't listen to our mother. Think we
Right.
know everything. I think I'm grown now. I really think I'm grown now. I'm buying my own school clothes. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm keeping a pocket full of money. I go to school in the morning. I got money in my pocket. They go buy lunch. I ain't got to buy. I got money in my pocket. I can buy sticky buns, across the counter, and juice, ice cream. A whole lot of people ain't even have money like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I go to the store in the morning, I can buy all the candy I wanted.
So what would you tell the young guys out there that's 14 and the young girls out there that's 14 that's was under the same kind of peer pressure that you was? What advice do you have for them today?
And don't try to worry about what nobody else think about you. You got to worry about yourself. You got to take care of yourself. And leave them streets alone. Ain't nothing in the streets. Either one or two things going to happen to you hanging in the streets. You either going to go to prison for a long time, or you're going to go and march funeral home. You're going to get killed. You're going to graveyard.
If somebody back then said the same thing to you back then, do you think if you would have known the consequences of heroin and drug addiction, do you think you ever would have tried heroin?
No, if I really, really knew what the outcome it was, I don't think I'd try. If somebody would just told me, I probably wouldn't have paid them no mind. I'm saying, but if I think I actually knew that what's going to happen to me, if I had a crystal ball and could look in the crystal ball and see
Your
how my
future
life was going to be 20 years from now,
due to that. Okay.
due to me using heroin, I don't think I'd use it. But since ain't nobody got no crystal ball,
Exactly.
you don't know.
Exactly.
You gotta think, and then, you back there, you think you grown, you think you know everything.
Yeah.
You want to be grown, you know, it's like all over, you know, older guys. You want to be like them, you know.
Right. Right.
And back then, you know, like back in the '70s, and you know, all the guys that was real slick, you know, dressing real good around the way, they got high. So all us thought that was the thing, you know. You know, all us would come up behind them. We thought that was the thing, you know. They got high, was slick, clean as I don't know what, you know.
Yeah.
A couple of them had cars, you know. And we thought that was the thing. Not knowing that was the worst thing in the world,
To
you know.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I but in my addiction, you know, I wondered what type of parent I was. What type of parent you think you was, while addicted to,
You know, really, I was, I stayed locked up so much, you know. So I really wasn't no good parent, you know. I stayed locked. I'm out doing like I stayed locked up so much, you know. I mean, I did what I could do for even I was locked up. You know, I just send like Christmas time, school time. I just try to send her money home, you know, so she get something for Christmas, help with the school clothes, you know. I did that, you know, but I was never really there for, you know, to go to her, no, her parties, you know, her 16th birthday party, you know, when she graduated from kindergarten, 6th grade, and all that, you know. Only thing I was home for is when she graduated from the 12th grade.
well, that was a blessing.
I was home for that. And I was home when she had her baby. My daughter had her baby. I was right there in the hospital before she had her baby. You know. And I thank the God for that.
Okay,
You know.
well, I thank you, today, my boyfriend of 10 years,
Yeah.
for, you know, giving your input on, your experiences, you know, with drug addiction. And, you're doing very well. I'm
And
very,
you know
very
that I'm
proud of
so
you.
proud of you because when I first started, like you said, we've been together for 10 years. When I first started messing with you, was drinking and
Yeah.
everything, right? And I'm so proud of you. You just got up one morning and said you wasn't drinking no more. And you didn't. And
Oh,
you know, and I'm so proud of you for that, you know. I
you
tell
gonna
every
make me cry.
I tell everybody, you know, how you just stop drinking, you know. I ain't never seen nobody do it like that, you know. Never, you know. You ain't going no kind of rehab or nothing. You ain't do nothing. You just say I ain't drink no more and you stop. You know?
Yeah. It was that or die.
Right.
So I chose to live. And guys, I just want you guys to know that Stanley, is a main character in the book The House of Addiction. And you guys is not going to believe, the amazing person that he is, because when I met Stanley, I was homeless. And he's practically saved my life. I mean, you guys just have to read the book to see what an amazing person that he is. Stanley, you know, in the book, Stanley got flaws too, like everybody else, but we still together. So, and Stanley, do you like to say anything in your final thought, or you know?
I just like to say to all the young guys out there, all of you know they taking pills now, you know, they smoking loud and all that. Man, leave them drugs alone and try to get your education. Try to go to school and do the best you can in school so you come out of school and get you an alright job, you know. You don't want to get no any, you know, you don't want to come out not graduate from school and think you can hang out on them corners because you're not going to get nothing on them corners, you know. Ain't no more money out there like it used to be in the 80s and all that. You can forget all that is dead. All that is dead, man. Best thing you can do now is get you a job.
Okay, well, that's his final thought. And with that said, everyone, I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Come on, Stan, we can wish him a Merry Christmas
Okay.
together. We wish you guys a Merry
Christmas
Christmas.
and
And,
many more.
and many, many more to come. God bless you and have a drug-free day. Bye-bye.
Bye.